All right, one thing I know is that this one is going to talk to somebody. Fellas, are you getting tired of life knocking you off your square? It's happening because you're lacking grounding. Here's the secret. As masculine men, we are the calm in the center of life's storms. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is breaking down the architect's blueprint to what you need to know about stoicism so you can stand firm on your square. Let's get it. Gentlemen, brothers, architects of the future, welcome back. I am masculinity architect Duwaynelangham, developing mature masculine leadership for this modern world. This list is going to be the architect's blueprint for the benefits of stoicism. First thing you have to understand as a mature, grounded, masculine leader is that as human beings, we create all of our problems. They say that the first step to finding a solution is admitting that you have a problem. So one thing that you've got to accept is that as human beings, our finite minds have a real challenge around wrapping our heads around what's going on around us in life. That is why I say the storm of life, the constant change always happening around us. It is up to our grounded masculine energy to remain calm. Look at the last 3 to 5 stresses that have really been on your mind. Traditionally, historically, looking at the data, how many of your fears, worries, concerns, doubts actually come to pass? How many times is your mind like a dog with a stick, just going at a problem, mentally doing gymnastics in your head? Meanwhile, out in life, it doesn't actually come to pass. A solution works out. So the more that you are able to accept that these problems are created inside of your ego, identity. Maybe you take on meditation. Maybe you take on affirmations into your daily routine, something that builds up the frequency, the energy, the thoughts and vibrations that you're putting out into the world to give you back a more peaceful home and quiet. The benefit number 2 about stoicism, as long as you have that resistance, you will be fighting the outcomes of life. You will be fighting the circumstances of life. You will find fault, blame, problem, and simply resist the circumstances of life around you. That swirl, that storm, that constant change of the world of unknown, feminine, and chaos that is always going will only give you peace when you release that tight grip with your hand on the wheel that you need to be fully in control. That is not the design of everything. This is where stoicism comes to benefit. The third benefit of stoicism in your life, gentlemen, is that people respond to your power. It doesn't matter if this is the ops, doesn't matter if it's an ally or enemy. People in general respect, admire, and will revere the power of a man who is grounded in the face of a storm, in the face of challenging circumstances. The women, children, and communities in your life, the other brothers that you stand next to and stand tall with, everyone in life is dealing with the same things, challenges, circumstances that they wish to overcome, things not going their way. And what that means is that when they see someone like you come along who remains grounded, who remains calm, who is always stoic, unfazed, unbothered, this brings out admiration, this brings out respect, and most importantly, fellas, this brings out compliance. If you want the circumstances to go in your favor, to often work out in your best interest, I invite you to take on stoicism. Remain unbothered, remain grounded in the face of, and people will have no choice but respect. It'll bring out the curiosity. It'll bring out the intrigue. It'll bring out the honor to who you are as a man. When they see that everything going on in the world that they know shakes them down to their boots, leaves you unfazed. Now, one thing your boy has a hard time being stoic about is my excitement for our tribe building. We're on the way, gentlemen, to 1K subscribers. Our tribe is growing. Our next milestone is 250 subscribers. Right now, we're just over 120. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a single piece of content. I'm dropping new videos every single week. You have got to hit the thumbs up and the like button. These algorithm gods need to understand that men need messages just like this. It is vital to our masculinity. And last but not least, before you leave, drop a comment down below. Let me know whatever questions are on your mind or what you got from this video. You never know when your comment or question will be the subject of my next video. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to get the architect's bonus blueprint. This is going to be one that you will not want to miss, I promise you. Number 4, what does it even mean to be stoic? This does not mean that you do not feel, that you do not have feelings, that you are not in touch with your emotions. I want to be clear about that, fellas. This could get controversial. Stoicism is about remaining neutral. Stoicism is about remaining grounded, the anchor. So that's good news, fellas. That means that the next time your emotions get riled up, the next time stress and overwhelm starts to rear its head, it is not a bad thing. It does not mean that you are failing. It does not mean that you don't have a stoic bone in your body. It means that you are a human being. And at the same time, being a grounded, masculine man, that does not mean that you do not have feelings. That does not mean that you do not have emotions. What that means is that you do not lose control of those emotions. And with that, fellas, you've made it to the end, and that means the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the architect's bonus blueprint. Feminine is attracted to stoicism. Now, of course, that may be obvious, but what is it? What is the secret sauce about this? It's not that we do this in order to attract women. You must understand, women are attracted to stoicism. Why is that? Because women flow in their feminine. Feminine women who allow themselves and their emotions to swirl with the to and fro as the wind blows will be attracted to your calm, cool, confident, collected demeanor. Everything that has them frazzle-dazzled will be astonishing, admirable, attractive as they notice you still sitting back in the cut. And I'll give you the breakdown, fellas. This happens far and few between when it comes to those actual emergency situations, when someone has actually kicked in the door, broken into your house, when someone is actually trying to rob you like Bruce Wayne's parents in the Batman saga. What this does play out like is the day in, day out, daily do shit test that the women in your life are going to give you. Why is that? Because they're rehearsing, they're practicing for the big game. Feminine answers the question, what if? And they need to know, when the shit goes down, will you be shook or will you hold it down? Feminine is attracted to grounded stoicism. Take your time, take a deep breath, remain calm. Do not let your emotions take hold of you. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very similar to playing games, while at the same time, this has intentionality. You see, as the observer, you get to watch and see what is happening. You get to collect the data. You get to assess. That is where masculine thrives, and that is why feminine is so attractive, because you have that ability, the practice, the demonstrated competency to exercise the muscle of stoicism. When shit goes down, when stuff's catching fire, you are cool, calm, collected, grounded in the middle of all of it, that rock. And when feminine sees that, she's going to melt in your hands like butter. Now, fellas, I know you appreciate that one. And if you appreciate this conversation, if you appreciate this video and content, a discussion about the challenges that men take on, actually grappling and understanding what this stoicism stuff, these are the type of conversations that I dive into every week with my tribe of men leading Mastermind. It's a weekly discussion with myself and other brothers aspiring for greatness, iron sharpening iron. And the best thing is that it's a safe space for men to be vulnerable and transparent. We meet every week, and this is just the surface level of how deep these discussions get when you get other men in the space talking about the challenges and shit that we face. And if you're anything like me, fellas, that is something that you've been looking for, and that means that you belong in my tribe of men leading. Hit the link down in the description. We'll get you plugged into next week's call, absolutely no charge, and you can find your tribe today. Check out the link in the bio. Let's get you plugged into the call next week at absolutely no charge. It's time you find your tribe today, gentlemen. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be right here, being the best goddamn version of myself, one could say, beyond empowered. The question is, fellas, who are you going to be? Peace.